Welcome to Sunday at Unity Daytona Beach. Each week we share moments from our Sunday service, messages, meditations, and reflections meant to support you wherever you are on your journey. So, take a breath, let your shoulders soften, and allow this time to be a gentle pause in your day. May what you hear meet you right where you are and offer a little encouragement for the path ahead.
Bill reminded me before service started that there's no need for me to be nervous because you all know me. And I thank you, and you love me. Thank you, please. And that I can't make a mistake. Yeah. Like what I'm here to do is what I'm guided to do by Spirit. Yeah. So thank you. I'm very emotional today. I think that love just got me, Will. It got me right in my heart. So, and if you've never done a Sunday lesson here or never done much public speaking, it's an honor and a privilege to have people's attention, right? For my lesson's only about 45 minutes long. So I've got a snack, right? Got a snack and something to drink, right? No fellowship, right? So when RCA asked me to do this lesson, of course, all the feelings come in, right? Excitement, nervous, scared to death, like, what am I going to do? And then she said, it's on visioning. And I'm like, yes, like, that's my topic. I love to talk about visioning. And y'all are in small groups right now. How many are in small groups right now? Quite a few of you. And we're doing the book Spiritual Economics by Eric Butterworth. So if you're not familiar with this book or you're new to Unity, check it out. We've got some in the bookstore. I know it's kind of not really open right now, but maybe you can convince someone to. Cheryl says she'll open it and sell you a book. It's a very powerful book. And what one of our 12 powers do you think of when you think of visioning?
Imagination, yeah.
Oh, yes, imagination. And I always think of little kids when I think of imagination, right? Because they make up all these games and stories and they pretend. And we tend to stop doing that somewhat as we become adults.
I don't.
No, good. I love that. Please keep visioning, right?
Good Christ.
Jeffrey is just a big kid. Love Jeffrey. So the first time I picked up this book was actually 11 years ago when our beloved Reverend Carmen Zappi, our former senior minister, led a class on it. So that really started my whole process into the prosperity and visioning and all the principles we're learning in this book. Because in 2 or 3 years, I was still pretty much a baby in Unity. These principles are very expansive in a way that I had never thought before about religion and church and God. So I was still just baby stepping into this. And we visualize all day long, right? If we really think about it, everything we do in our thoughts are visioning. And where is our visioning going? Does anybody remember when Sabrice Patron was here a few weeks ago, a couple of months ago? And she mentioned that 75 to 80% of our thoughts are negative. But she said, not us Unity folks. We're very different in that. But it's still probably a higher percent than we really track. So since that lesson, I've been kind of tracking my thinking each day. Like, where are my thoughts really going? And the big part for me is, and maybe it is for you, is what do you reach for first thing in the morning? Well, after I turn the coffee on, be clear, that's the first thing I do out of bed is turn the coffee maker on. But so many people pick up that phone, right? Or turn the remote on the TV on. So I've started a new practice not that long ago that at least 30 minutes the phone is set aside so that I can have my morning time, right? And visualize the life that I really want. Because I don't want to start my day worrying about what's going to happen in the world, which I have absolutely no control over, right? I want to start my day with the visioning of what I want my day to be like, what I want my life to be like for myself, my family, my children, and those grandkids. So recently in our family, we had a little disconnect, and it brought a lot of grief and pain and sadness into our lives. And because I'm a Unity student, I visualized what I wanted to happen, what I thought could happen. I didn't go down the road of who's wrong here, who's wrong with me. I went down the road of what do I want this to look like? So each morning in my prayer and meditation time, I visualize these hearts coming together in love and compassion and acceptance. And every time I thought of that situation all day long, that's where I went. My heart went to that. And can I tell you, it felt like forever. And it was just a couple of months. And now the relationship is healed and it's even better than it ever was in life. So I can't say enough about really taking visualization in your heart and in your soul. And now I have another story because this is my best visioning story of all of my life. So some of you know me from before Mr. Wonderful sitting here in the front row. And I started doing my work when I came to this church to create the life that I wanted. And that included a partner that I hate the complete me part, but the partner that would do all the things together. We would laugh and we would dance and we would kiss and we would cook and we would travel. Like we would have this amazing life. And I dreamed big, believe me, very big. So my bestie, who just left here today visiting from Michigan, and I were going to San Diego for a women's conference. Well, guess what happened in 2020? We locked down in COVID. So we postponed the trip. Finally, the fourth time we had planned the trip, the Airbnb said, y'all are losing your money if you don't come. So we hopped our heinies to San Diego, California. And yeah, first time for both of us. It was new to us. And we like to do things like that together. We've been friends for 36 years. And so we go on this little sunset sail, like picture this in the San Diego Bay, right? It's a beautiful night and the sun is setting and we're dancing because the captain's playing all this great music. So we go to lead the ship and I ask this captain, who's about our age, I say, where can we go listen to live music like you played here tonight? And he gave me the name of a place, and luckily I put it in my phone because I don't know about you, but my memory ain't what it used to be anymore. So the next night we had dinner and we go to this little place where we walk up and it's like picnic tables outside. There's a little place you can go inside and get a food or a drink, like a hot dog. And we're like, okay, there's a band, right? They're playing some music. So we sit down, start enjoying the music. And in walks this handsome guy. And he literally walks behind us and stands like right where that wall is, just kind of leaning up against it. So I'm like, looks pretty good. So I walked over. I was in sales for 25 years. If you don't know me, I'm pretty bold. And I walk over and I ask him to dance. Well, he says, well, sure. So we three of us just dance the night away and have a blast. We meet up for breakfast the next morning, the three of us, and then we all go to dinner that night. And Bill and I agreed that there was something there. So I left the next morning to head home and we exchanged numbers. The love of my life. And he called and we texted, and 2 weeks later, he flew from San Diego to Florida to see if we had something. And it was just a couple of days and it felt really special and powerful. So he goes home and packs his van and drives from San Diego, California to Longwood, Florida, was where I lived at the time. That's a long darn way. And 23 days after we met, he moved in with me. Now, what do you think my family and my friends do? She has lost her mind again. Be clear, that was not the first time I've ever lost my mind. But we both knew in our hearts that it was something special. And I can tell you why. Because I started a visioning process a decade before of what it would feel like when I met that person, what it would feel like to go to bed every night together in each other's arms, what it would feel like to travel and laugh and play and dance. And it worked. Like I had an empty nightstand with a lamp. I had an empty half of my vanity in my bathroom waiting for him. Half of my closet, now I'm a woman, half of my closet was empty. And he did not believe it till he got there to move in, that there was room in my heart, in my home, and in my life for him. And it's all because I believed it. You've got to have that. You can vision all you want, but if you don't believe in your heart and soul that you will get that, you might not, or you might not get exactly what you wanted. And we pray at Unity, this or something better, right? Thank God I prayed for something better because this man is the something better. He is the icing on the cake for me. So which window are we looking out each day? When we put our glasses on, do we put God-colored glasses on so we can see the world from God's point of view, right? Because it is the Father's good pleasure to give us the kingdom, right? Always, in every single solitary day. And it's hard today, especially if you watch the news or you read anything. It's hard to have God-colored glasses on all the time. I get that. It's challenging for me too. But I also remember that God is always present in everything. We are all children of God, and He wants us to have all that we desire. So take the time in the morning and visualize what you really want. Is it good health? Is it relationships? Is it prosperity? A new car? Like it doesn't matter what it is. But if it's a new car, what's it going to smell like when you get in it? How's it going to drive? How's it going to feel? Right? Really get specific in that visualizing process. Because Eric Butterworth states in our book that the nervous system can't tell the difference between what really happens and what we visualize and believe will happen. Isn't that crazy? Like our nervous system doesn't know the difference. So I want my nervous system to come down a little bit some days so I can tell it. I can visualize what I want it to take in. And I can't watch news or violent shows. I don't know about you, but it just, and my husband will tell me it's fiction, honey. I'm like, my nervous system does not know that it's fiction. Did I don't know if you all read the chapter on visualization yet, but he has a little experiment where he takes 3 controlled groups and it's about basketball hoops. Anybody read that part yet? I'm ahead of the game because that's our chapter for this week in the book studies. So the first group of basketball players did nothing. Like they tested them how they could shoot hoops. The first group went home and did nothing. The second group went home and shot baskets for 1 hour every day for a month. And the third group went home and visualized making baskets every day for 30 days. So we can pretty much guess the first group that did nothing got no change, right? The second group that shot baskets all an hour every single day, 24% better. But the visualization group was 23% better, and they didn't shoot a basket. So can you imagine what our life would be if we visualized and we practiced what we wanted or really worked towards it? I think it'd be 50% better. What do you think? What stands in our way of getting our good? Yeah. And at the root of that, I feel like it's that but. I want a new car, but I want the relationship, but. And I feel like underneath that but is our unworthiness, right? That we don't deserve it. And we might not consciously have that thought, but there's some underlying unworthiness in there. So we're going to really work on visualizing the life that we want full-heartedly without any of that but in the background. So I have an affirmation. because RCA always has good affirmation. So I thought I should have one too. I'll read it twice, and then if we can catch it, we'll all do it together, okay? I envision good unfolding in every area of my life. I envision good unfolding in every area of my life. Will you say that with me? I envision good unfolding every area of my life. Now let's say it again like we really, really mean it. I envision good unfolding in every area of my life. Amen. Thank you so much. Thank you.
As you return to your day, may you move with a little more ease, a little more awareness, and a deeper trust in the good that is already unfolding. Blessings on the journey.